There it is.
And we are live now. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for checking out Poppycock Reviews podcast number 9. Hope you guys had a good weekend, or looking forward to the week. It's weather's warming up, so it's nice. I'm Sean. I'm here with James. Of course, I am a writer for Poppycock Reviews. And James, introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? It's James here, James Sudamak, Poppycock guy, Let's Play guy, writer, kind of, huh?
Esquire,
yes.
You're a little weird.
Just a personality, podcast personality. So I'm here to talk about games, and I like playing games, and I like music, and I like a bunch of other stuff.
Walks on the beach.
Walks on the beach, yo! I can't wait to walk on the beach. I mean, I can't wait till the nice weather.
All right, well, we're going to talk about the new Call of Duty trailer, Mario Kart 8, Demon's Souls 2, rumors.
Call it Project Beast as of now.
Project Beast, okay. All that fun stuff, but we're going to start off with a question. A bit of an easier question to swallow than last week. And I posed this to James beforehand. It's not really when we're going to debate, we're going to discuss. The question is, think of your favorite series, and then what is the worst game in that series? I guess for me, it would definitely be Resident Evil, because I've played that for quite a while. And I would have said it's a toss-up between 5 and 6, but after I played, or I should say Raccoon City for that matter.
We don't talk about Raccoon City. Oh, goodness.
I might have to go with 6, to be honest, for many, many reasons. But that's
yeah, totally. That's like, that one takes the cake. I mean, 5 was kind of the start, and then Raccoon City came out, and I was like, oh god. And then 6 came out, and it was like, oh.
I didn't have that many issues with 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, 5 is good. It's good, but it's more in the same realm as Resident Evil 4. Like, it went into a direction that differs greatly from what the original Resident Evil was, and then 5 was just like it's a lot more combat oriented, less scares, but it's still kind of a good game. But like Resident Evil 6 was just kind of like Michael Bay.
Well, I played both of them fully online with a friend of mine, same friend, and I thought even though he's a good friend, Keith, I love you, brother of mine, but like, we made 5 interesting, we just couldn't make 6 funny or interesting. We're just like, by the time we hit the 8 campaign, we're like, can we just end this, please? But we don't want to make this Resident Evil 6 cast again. So, James, what's your favorite series, worst game in it?
Really, the only one I can think of right now, it's also a survival horror game. Silent Hill, Homecoming. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it was made by a different team. I think it was I could be wrong. I think it was the first Silent Hill made by like an American or European.
I think it was. I think Konami made that one for a North American audience. I didn't play it, but I feel like that's what I've heard bad. I have not heard great things about it.
Okay, yeah, Double Helix developed it. They're based out of California. Okay. Same people who did the Killer Instinct game. The new one.
Okay.
Yeah. It was actually. It looks like it was their first major title that they did. So. Yeah.
A video game.
So yeah, it's just. It wasn't really that. I mean, it was kind of scary, but it felt a lot different. Like, the combat system was way different. They tried to make, combat, like, because combat's always been kind of a problem in the Silent Hill games for whatever reason. But Homecoming, they tried to make like this lock-on system, and it just failed miserably.
Which I think now that we aren't on the N64, we don't need lock-on systems anymore. We can make a bumper and control stick function work.
Right.
In 2012, another that game came out, but
Homecoming, I think it came out in like 08. Like.
Oh, okay, way back then.
Yeah,
okay.
It was pretty. Early. Yeah.
I felt like the combat was awkward in 2 and 3, but then again, you played people who weren't really like apt at combat.
Yeah.
Like, James was just, he came to find his missing wife. He wasn't like X anything.
Yeah, they were just like.
Well, he was out of breath. Like, you thought he was gonna throw up. He just like, he's gonna vomit.
Take a pole and just like beat the living shit out of some weird ass creature, and then just be like, oh my god, What did I
I
just
think
do?
I think some of the main characters in those games were just as creepy as the environment because at no point did anybody go like,
Oh,
"What the fuck is going
yeah.
on here?" They just kind of just rolled with it. Even in 4, like
Yeah.
even like Resident Evil, like the first one, they were like, "This isn't fucking right," and they were like trained police officers.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
But
all yeah.
were you gonna say something?
Yeah, all the in every Silent Hill game, like all of the characters are just like just weird, just like really strange people. And the voice acting is especially like especially in the early ones, but even in Homecoming, I remember the voice acting being like whoa, like but yeah, Homecoming that was like
That was a
kind
rough
of a
one.
miss. That was a miss. And then Downpour came out, and that was better. I mean, it doesn't match with like 1 or 2 or 3, but it was an improvement. But I'd like to see Silent Hill go kind of backwards and kind of go back to the roots.
I think a lot of people feel the way about both of the series. That they might go back to your roots, but we'll see. But
We'll see.
we'll talk about a game that is going to come out, whether many people want to or not. The details of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, is that what it's
Advanced
called?
Warfare. Yep.
Has been leaked. I was not gonna check it out right away, but I did watch it today, and then I heard Kevin Spacey was in it. I saw Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, that was weird because like
It was weird.
I saw like the icon for like the video, the trailer or whatever. And I was like, is that Kevin Spacey?
Yeah,
Like that looks a lot like Kevin Spacey. And then I watched the actual video.
it
And I was
was
like,
him.
that's Kevin Spacey.
When I saw it right away, I didn't click on it because I'm not really a fan of that series, and
Hmm.
I didn't know it would add to it. But of course, we do this, so I would watch it and then definitely
Of course.
pay more attention to it when we had something more concrete.
Yeah.
I feel like the trailer didn't tell me much.
It really doesn't. It's just kind of like,
It kind of it's kind of went back to, and I'm sure I'm going to get called though. I said it was the same. It did look a lot like. It looks good. Looks great.
it looks good. I mean,
It looks like it could be a lot of fun. I
it's
sitting there
yeah.
going, this could be good. But
Mhm.
I've said that about a lot of things, and not Call of Duty related. The Hitman movie, for example, a lot of things I've said that looks to be amazing. And then I played it, or I saw it, or I did it, and I'm
The Hitman movie.
combination. So good. Um, it's. I mean, I don't know if it's interesting or a new premise that Kevin Spacey seems to be in charge of a group of PMCs, and it's in the future, and they got the hover bikes, and
Mhm.
if they add a lot of that cool technology they showed you, if you could actually use a lot of that, I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
Definitely,
that would be pretty awesome.
like
If it's just, yeah, if it's just like a Call of Duty where you just aim and shoot, and I mean I don't know, maybe in the other Call of Duties you do a lot more like
don't think
like
so.
yeah,
From what I played.
I mean I don't really play like the campaigns or anything like that. I think the last campaign I played was like the first Modern Warfare, and that was a while ago.
1 and
But
2, from what I remember, were pretty decent.
Mhm.
3 was kind of a little silly.
Yeah,
It was
3
basically Red
was
Dawn.
I remember 3 being very good. I like Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer.
Mhm.
But I never played the single player.
Well, multiplayer is something it does very well. I don't
Mhm.
understand. Like, there was SOCOM made a bunch of games for a while, and SOCOM eventually just went all online. And
Yeah.
that was the PS2 era, and that was still days of dial-up modem and things like that. I'm surprised in a world now where pretty much every device is online anyway.
Yeah.
People just make an online game and scrap the single player component of it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Titanfall did that, and Titanfall did
Yeah.
games.
Titanfall succeeded doing that. So.
So I'm surprised they don't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I think we get a lot less flack because people would just go, oh, it's serving its niche, and
Mhm.
people don't lash out at games so much that just serve the niche because that's what they are. No one has to buy it. But I mean, it was a trailer. You got Kevin Spacey, so that's a heavy hitter.
That's a heavy hitter. I saw the comments, and one of the comments was like, "Oh man, House of Cards is really going in a different direction now." I thought that was funny. Like I never seen House of Cards, but
I haven't
I
either.
thought that
I
was
wonder
funny.
if any of his character will come out because his character's kind of like a wishy-washy, kind of connivey, backstabby,
Politician
well,
dude.
American Congress person, political person.
Okay.
So kind of goes with the territory. But I mean, imagine if you run an army of PMCs, you're not like also donating to the whatever at the same time. So, but I mean, he plays a good villain. You know, I wish.
Yeah. Oh, he's a villain in that show.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
House of Cards is sort of like this is maybe what it's like to be on Capitol Hill kind of thing, and he's not an upstanding
Uh,
citizen by any means. So,
oh,
um,
gotcha.
Kevin Spacey definitely adds an American element to it. I think if they did someone, who was the guy who played Severus Snape? Was it Alan Rickman? Like they could.
I.
My girlfriend is nodding. Yes, that was who that was. So they could have found, like a Ben Kingsley if they wanted to go for really super evil with a
Yeah,
more national
definitely.
appeal.
Yo, Ben Kingsley can play a villain very well.
Was Did you see? I didn't play this, but in the Red Alert, the more recent editions, George Takei played like the leader of the Asian Empire or something, and they were like supposed to be
Wow.
bad guys. I don't see George Takei as a bad guy, unless I'm getting the name
Definitely
wrong.
not.
But that
Definitely,
was
definitely not.
so blew me away that he did that, and I'll have to try to track that down. So, yeah, I guess go back to my point, which is if they show like they want to add a lot of new things, that's fine. But if you add it, let us use it. Like let us use
Yeah,
the bikes a
right.
lot, and if we get different kinds of armor and things like that. Like Black Ops 2 had interesting moments when you were, especially in the future, when you had like you were like flying around the mountains with the wingsuit and stuff like that.
Mm.
But I think outside that little part, it was kind of just running and shooting stuff.
Yeah,
So
right.
I
It
I
kind of
don't
looked
feel like
like
it
it.
added anything from what I had played from 3 too much.
Uh-huh.
But we'll
But
see. It's early.
yeah, they're I'm sure it'll be at E3. I'm sure they'll reveal it for what
Oh,
it is
undoubtedly.
then. So,
Undoubtedly will be at E3.
yeah. And also, did weren't they gonna like reveal it like today, but like the trailer went up like on Friday or something like that?
It said it
Cause
was. It said it got leaked, but
oh, okay.
then they would. You think they would just take it down, or was it leaked?
I don't know.
You
I
know what
don't
I
know.
mean?
Because
A lot of
they
stuff.
announced it. It was like okay, May 4th is gonna be an announcement of a new era of Call of Duty, and then like the next day it was like here's the trailer. So
I find it interesting that EA would decide to show that on May 4th and not. They're also doing Battlefront 3, right?
I suppose, yeah,
So why not do Star Wars Battlefront 3 on May the 4th?
yeah.
Or did I just cause someone at EA to lose it?
That would yeah. Wow, I didn't.
You
I never
know,
thought about that.
that
Wow,
just seems like common sense to me. I don't know.
wow.
Big Bang
That,
Theory did a whole episode about May the 4th, so maybe that's
oh,
why.
did they? Oh, goodness
I have
gracious.
one. It was all right. I think they get a bigger deal out of it than most people do,
Uh-huh.
but that's why it's on the brain because I saw that.
Okay, nice.
I don't think we know anything else about it, right? We just know like it takes place 2054 or something.
20, 20, 20 something.
Oh, okay.
Like 30 or 40 years from now, I guess.
Okay, so a bit from now. Well, we'll
Yeah.
know more, I'm sure, because it'll definitely be at E3 and whatever else they want to show off. But
Mm-hmm.
um, other
We'll
game
see.
news we got in a big change of gears, almost literally, is Mario Kart 8. Did you watch the Nintendo Direct for this?
I didn't know.
I did. It was like this will weave into the next topic, which was what Nintendo's doing at E3. Did you see the E3 video?
I didn't.
You didn't see it.
I tried looking for it on YouTube before we started, but I is it that Mega 64 video?
It's the guy like jumps in. He kind of like quantum leaps into well, it isn't not really his body, but like they build a mechanized Reggie Fils-Aimé and kind of like runs him around and stuff. Oh, if no one's seen this, you haven't seen this yet. This is new.
I haven't. I
Absolutely
should have
great. You
saw
might
it.
want to. You have headphones on. You might want to cue it up, and I'll talk, and you want to watch like it briefly, or I can discuss.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, we'll talk about the E3 thing then first.
Okay. Sure.
E3.
Yeah, they're not doing a press
Answer
conference.
again. No,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why. And when you see these two
Yeah.
videos, you'll understand Nintendo is really directing their message right to the fans,
Hmm.
which I applaud them for.
Which I guess is that why they call it Nintendo Direct? Like.
Well, yeah, because Iwata does the direct, like he direct to like literally, like
Yeah.
Iwata is
They come to
staring
your
at the
house.
soul, delivering you. Well, they did that with the Wii thing. Remember, they had
Yeah.
that little
Right. Right. Yeah.
like
They
a
showed up
tiny
with the
little car,
Wii.
and they would like, we would like to play, and they want to give it to you. That's been the thing for a very long time, is directly to you.
Yeah. I
But they are
guess.
skipping a big E3 press conference, um, which I guess is not good considering how Wii U sales are going. Yes,
Yeah.
3DS sales are good, but Wii sales goals are not at all.
Oh yeah. No way.
I don't have
No
one.
way.
I don't have one solely because financial reasons. If I had the money, I would.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I would probably wait until actual games come out, but I
if
got
we-
one.
how much more are we going to say that though? Is the question.
Yeah. I don't know.
How much longer are we going to say that? But um, like Cassie said earlier, and I posed the question about this. What did she say? She said something about like the Wii U. Should they keep going with it, or the video? So was that a good idea? I think was the question that I posed,
Oh. Yeah.
and she thought it was great. And I said it's got its appeal and it's humorous, sort of. Um, but I made the comparison that if the Wii U weren't basically on life support, and a lot of the media and people who sit around are not looking at, I use more not nice words because I was frustrated, but
Yeah.
the Wii U's kind of laying there in the bed, and it's kind of just boop.
It's
It's a little sign of
it's
life,
like
but a lot
it's
of people are
not
standing around, kind of going, "We probably should just let it,
pull the
like, just
plug.
pull the
Yeah.
plug. Don't let this go on anymore. Don't let it sit there."
Yeah. And
And
then,
figure something.
well, what are they gonna do after that if the Wii U dies? Like, make a new system that?
I don't think I don't think it's the Wii U that's the problem. I think it's the controller that's the problem, in my opinion. Is what's not
Yeah.
selling mainstream, and this is what I said about the Wii. Some of the games work with the motion controls fine. Like No More Heroes was great. Mad World
Hmm.
I enjoyed with the controller. But I think at the end of the day, somebody wants something they can just look at and go, "That is a game controller. I understand how these button works. I'm just gonna do that." You know what I mean?
Right. 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 Right.
And if I think if they just added that, they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in. I really
Yeah.
think
I
that's
guess
the underlying
so.
issue. Like I said, and I've played the Wii U, and it's kind of a loaded thing for you and I to say that because we're sitting here doing this, we write for this website, so obviously we like games,
Yeah.
and we're
Uh-huh.
gonna kind of go with the flow anyway. But I think that's having a hard time selling it to parents and kids and people who don't play a lot of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. I do.
I I can't know how to explain what that is. I think that's the main reason why I don't and I think then that causes a lot of other issues. I think
Yeah.
that tablety thing, which is the only thing they focused on,
Tablety thing.
is the only thing they focused on
Yeah.
right
Right.
away. I think if they had solved that, they'd be in much better shape.
And they can't figure out online, like, because like there's no like online like the Miiverse. They kind of tried to make like an online community kind of thing, but
Hmm.
there's so many like flaws in it. Like there's no like you don't have a friends list. You don't have like I don't know. Like I have to look at it again, but like they can't really do online like like a community that well.
No, for no, for some reason they don't have that figured out very well. And I feel like we talk about
Hmm.
this every week, but I feel like it is a big sticking point with a lot of people. Where that's where like almost everything is now. A lot of these companies function online and through online and online
Hmm.
services, and Nintendo's kind of like buried its head in the sand with it.
Yeah.
This was I was watching a video on Did You Know Gaming,
Oh,
and
nice. I love that channel.
it's a good website.
Yeah.
They were talking about the N64, the disk drive, the attachment, which actually had
Yeah,
online
yeah.
that had online services,
That's
and
crazy.
it didn't take off very successfully. They had like an art design program that was very intricate, like kind of
Yeah, I
like
did. Yeah, I know what video you're talking about. Yeah, I
you
did
saw
see it.
this.
Yeah,
That had an
that's
online
crazy.
service.
That's crazy.
That the N64 in Japan had an online service that apparently had enough of a rabbit of a strong fan base for like this bigger edition of Mario Paint that people
Yeah.
paid money for.
Mhm.
So I don't understand why
Yeah.
now, a decade later, with a much
Yeah, and
broader
that was like in '96,
96,
like
97, 98.
when the internet was still very young.
I
So
think it went their Nintendo whatever went from 99 to like 2001 or something.
mhm.
2001. It stopped in 2001. And you're telling
Ah,
me in 13 years later you guys can't figure out any way to get an online community going?
ugh,
I,
I
I,
don't know.
I don't
I don't know
understand.
who's. I don't know who's running that whole side of things, and I don't know.
They've lost the plot in some regards.
Yeah,
Like,
and oh, and I'm just thinking, uh, 3DS, like your friend code on 3DS, even when you link your 3DS like
yeah.
profile to your Wii U profile, you still have to use two separate friend codes.
Do you really?
Yeah, and friend codes itself, like that is like the stupidest
That
thing. Like
is,
it is
yeah.
so like first you have to like input your friend code and then you send them an invite and then they have to input your friend code and
Yeah,
then
then you have to get
you have
there.
to approve, yeah, and that's how you become friends with people,
It's kind of like
friends.
it's like a play
It's
date. Like you have to
yeah,
meet your friend, and then your friend has to meet your parents, and then you have to meet their parents, and their parents have to meet their
it's like a
parents.
contract. It's like it's insane.
Yeah, I know. In a
It's
place,
not like like Facebook or like even PSN where you can just like send invite like
yeah.
with a click, you know. I don't know. Hopefully they'll figure it out eventually.
Hopefully, I mean, like I said, like we said the other week, no one wants Nintendo to go anywhere. They just want them to figure their stuff out because we all
Yeah,
like
right.
Nintendo.
Because I don't think they're gonna die anytime soon because they have so much money.
I don't think they're going
So
to either. I just want them to do better than they are.
yeah, they're really struggling, I think.
Because like I was telling you, I have my Nintendo. I dragged my original NES out of the box, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, oh,
awesome.
my RF cable is shot. Nope, just need an AV cable. And you
Oh,
get an AV
nice.
cable super quick, and takes a
Work.
little finesse to get the games to still read,
Oh,
but
really?
it works.
Nice.
It works, and I've got it on my like HD, what is it, 47-inch TV, and it looks fine. So
Wow. Nice.
good times there, good times.
Yeah, I have my RF cable hooked up.
You have your where do
I
you?
have
So do you have like a
I
tube hooked up to a tube TV?
no, I have it hooked up to my LCD. It has a little. Well, I don't think it's in.
RF
Wait.
screw in?
Yeah, the little where the cable thing goes.
Yeah.
Or yeah, coax. Yeah,
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it has that.
On the back of the NES, it has that channel 3, channel 4 thing, and like it didn't
Yeah.
turn on right away. So I'm like messing with it, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot you set the channel.
Oh yeah, turning it to channel 3 in order to turn on your game console is still etched into my mind. So that was no problem for me. I was just like, okay, channel 3 on, time to play.
And I was playing Star Tropics 2, which doesn't really like it has a life system. So you just start all the way back from the beginning once your lives are over, and
Uh-huh.
you're playing the same part over and over for like an hour, and I wasn't getting mad because this is how it used to be. But if I played like if I had to play
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
the same part
true.
more than 3 times in like Sleeping Dog, for example, like fuck this shit. Like what is this? This is 2012. Like I get instantly annoyed. Like if you went over to like if your friend did something that annoyed you, but your grandma's like, no, no, it's grandma. It's okay. I understand. You know what I mean? You just love it because it's just been around forever, and it's just a thing that
Uh-huh.
it's endearing to you.
Hmm.
Um, but don't know where to find games for that. Part of me was like, oh, go to no, GameStop doesn't want to sell games.
NES? Yeah, no. I
That's
mean, online, you can go online. I
the
mean,
my old job sold them, so I'll just stop
oh,
there.
okay. So there's no like vintage games there anymore.
Not I'm in Waldorf, Maryland. I don't. I have GameStops up the wazoo.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
I don't know of anywhere. This area is not really that kind of place for that.
I mean, at Experience Gaming, they had vintage games, right?
Oh yeah, they still do proudly.
They
Yeah.
still do, yeah. Okay.
We knew people we could work with to make SNES games.
Make SNES games.
Like get make like copy like get
Oh, okay.
I think it was yeah we can get games made and stuff like that.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, we need more. I mean, we need more stores like that because like there's a lot of vendors up at PAX and everything that are from like Massachusetts and like the surrounding areas. There's a ton of them all over the place, but there's none around here.
I
So
think it's tough where especially where you are. You're in farm country, and
yeah.
I'm halfway between the sticks and the nation's capital. So I live in a strange place. It's weird. Like you go an
Mhm.
hour south of here, like in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. If I go
Yeah.
an hour north, in Baltimore and DC. So it's train, so I don't think a place like that is gonna prop up, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's where you should be getting games, and either that or online. There's a bunch of places
eBay,
online.
I'm a big proponent of eBay. I don't really like Amazon. I don't like their business.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'd never really mess with Amazon.
I I I think the best I ever think I got from them was like I needed a tail light or headlight for my car. I got into an accident. A fender bender that only did damage to my car. So it was on me to fix it, and I found like a headlight for my car for like $50 or something, like ridiculous cheap because my car
Wow.
is a 2001. So that was like the best Amazon did for me. But I'm big on eBay, like finding
Yeah, I love eBay.
Jim's games and
Yeah,
tossing them a couple bucks. But although I did buy a PS2 game that they said was like new.
nice. Not like
The
new.
box just no, and the only reason they publish it like new is because they cleaned the disc. Everything else had stickers all over it, and it was a mess.
Really?
So
So
yeah,
the actual game is like new, but not like everything
yeah,
else.
and it's only like new because they cleaned it because there were stickers and all over the front. I tried peeling them off, and it was just gonna
Wow.
rip the front off.
That's kind of shitty.
So yeah, that's
Wow.
got to be careful who you buy from.
I guess so. I've never really had a bad like eBay transaction experience. So,
That was on. I've bought like at least what 20 something 25 things off eBay, all different people.
hmm.
Um, the only other bad one is I ordered a bumper sticker for my girlfriend for her birthday of the USA soccer logo. It's basically a picture, so like it's a sticker,
Uh-huh.
decent size. So you should know what you're mailing. And I got
Yeah,
some
right.
like the cycling federation thing. They don't look even remotely the same. It wasn't even the right size, and I just like, how do you f that up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's like I need a picture of Cassie, and she sends me one that did. It's like it's not even remotely the same thing.
Oh
I don't know
man.
how you screw that up. But yeah. So we wanted to go. You said something. You had was it Demon Souls or some kind of rumors or something you mentioned before?
Project Beast.
Yes, Project Beast.
Yep. There's screenshots of this game that is allegedly being worked on by From Software.
Okay.
Uh, they leaked on, I think, 4chan on the video game board.
That's an interesting place to leak something.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's like, I don't know if I want to trust that, but I really want to trust it because it
Mhm.
looks really awesome from what I've seen. The people are calling it. It could be a Demon Souls 2 because the setting and the atmosphere is very reminiscent of Demon Souls.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, nothing is really official right now, but like according to like, I mean, by the looks of the screenshots, it looks like a legitimate game that's being developed,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and people are like freaking out about it, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a name and everything, Project Beast, and it's like it looks awesome, and
Yeah,
yeah,
what is it? I have I pulled Reddit up. I pulled the gaming site Reddit up. I don't see anything on there, but
not really about it.
that's 4chan is and Reddit are very very different places.
Yeah,
So,
very. Yeah, and apparently it's going to be PS4 exclusive, which is very exciting.
yeah,
So
Sony's nailing down those exclusives. Like I think I
yeah, dude,
reported that possibly Resident Evil 7, if that's a thing, could be PS4 exclusive. Which
that would be pretty cool. That would be really cool
if it's any good,
if it's any good. I mean, I think the last time. No, I don't mean to change the
go
subject, but
ahead, go
like
ahead.
last time I heard of a new Resident Evil game, I heard like the developer kind of wants to go back to the roots of Resident Evil. I don't know how true that is, but like I'm all for it.
They said that.
Hmm.
From what I understand with Resident Evil 4, it was on Nintendo. It was exclusive because the producers and the heads of that,
Hmm.
Capcom being Japanese, I mean, so is Sony, but
Yeah.
they were kind of more in bed with Nintendo and they liked the way Nintendo was doing things. So it went to GameCube as like an exclusive deal. That was how it was going to be. Well, he
Right.
didn't have the final say in the financial and the business ends of it. And once that thing went gangbusters on GameCube, you can understand why Capcom was like, well, why don't we sell this thing somewhere else?
Hmm.
Which, fair point to them, but it wasn't Gunpei. I don't remember who it was, but
I don't
then
know.
the guys who were Resident Evil 4 were like, well, I said don't do that, and you did it anyway, so I'm piecing out. So they kind of lost. I want to say it's not the guy. It's not Inafune. Inafune might have been one of the people involved, but he wasn't the main guy.
It wasn't the main Resident Evil guy.
I
Like
can't remember his name. I want to say Inafune was one of them, but it was somebody else, who I can look up in a minute if you would. But they left Resident Evil, and I think that was part of its decline. Was they didn't have the original heads of it there, so.
yeah.
Hopefully, maybe they'll go back to something. I'll be okay with a reboot, or maybe we see more from
Oh
different
yeah.
characters or something. Do more
Right.
for. Don't do the stupid QuickTime events, and don't.
Yeah.
We talked about that
Yeah.
for people, but that'd be nice. That would be nice. Anyway,
That would be very nice.
so Demon Souls. I know they made a first one. I hear comparisons to Dark Souls, which I haven't played, but I've heard endlessly about. Can you? I don't. For those who may not be familiar with Demon Souls, can you fill us in on that a little bit if you're familiar?
Well, it came before Dark Souls. The Dark Souls is a spiritual successor of Demon
Okay.
Souls, and Demon Souls it was similar, but it felt different. The atmosphere was a lot different.
Was it any easier?
That's subjective, I think.
Okay.
People say it's the easiest one of the Soul series. I think it's harder than Dark Souls. It's very, very difficult. So that's kind of like up in the air. But like, yeah, they're all difficult games. But people want like a second Demon Souls because like there's like a cult following to that game.
Mhm.
I mean, people like Dark Souls as well, but like there's a lot of people that prefer Demon Souls over Dark Souls, and they're seeing these Project Beast screenshots and they're attributing it to a Dark Souls 2 or I mean Demon Souls 2
Mhm.
because of its look, because the environments kind of look similar and whatnot. So they're kind of making that assumption. So
I would want to try Dark Souls. I wouldn't want to buy it because I just hear it's like mind-numbingly frustrating. I saw that play Jimmy did, and it was just like, oh god, like why would you set up like that's
that's
how
what. Yeah,
that's how he
that's what.
rolls by all
Yeah,
means. But I wouldn't want to torture myself with that. Also, it was Shinji Mikami
Shinji Mikami. Yeah, yeah.
for 4, and he actually worked on Revelations, which
Really.
actually was
Revelations is a good one, isn't
it
it?
was I think one of the first or second review I did ever, and I was overly harsh on it because it was translated
Ah.
like shit. It was awful translated. But after having gone back and played a bit of it, I probably should not have ranked it that low.
Oh, really?
I stand by the rest of my reviews. I try not to try to eat cake on that one, but I will admit when I'm wrong, and I thought that game was, in hindsight, is now way
Pretty
better than I thought it was.
good.
But that came on the heels of after playing parts of 6 and just kind of being overall frustrated.
Oh, right, right.
But
Okay.
it did play pretty well. It had its upsides to it, which I think I should have been more fair to. But
Now, was that the 3DS one, or did you play the PS3? They like ported it or like
yeah, they
improved
ported
it
it
or
to
something.
360 and PS3. I played it on 360.
Okay.
Better than 6, definitely. Definitely a
Yeah,
step
totally.
in the right
Yeah.
direction.
Hmm.
Um,
I haven't played through it, but I remember playing the demo on 3DS and being kind of interested in it. I kind of want to like get it. Like now that we're talking about it, like I kind of want to try it out.
yeah, I think you would. I don't know how well it would be great on the
3DS.
3DS. I really enjoyed it on 360. I mean,
Hmm.
I enjoyed parts of it. It was harsh about it, but having gone back and played a little bit, definitely had a lot of good things going for it.
Hmm.
Definitely. The way the ship was designed, and you saw some parallels to the mansion,
Hmm.
and combat was improved, and the inventory stuff was improved. So if they
Nice.
start going back towards that way,
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
it would be.
And now, does that take that it takes place on a ship?
It's a majority of it takes part on a ship.
Okay.
Other parts take place elsewhere, but it kind of does this back and forth until it kind of catches up with itself, kind of thing.
Oh, gotcha.
And then there's parts, yeah. It in the series, it does a bit of Resident Evil 4, which it has like a one-off villain, which is just needed to
Oh,
fill
nice.
the space. Kind of like the Los Illuminados are like rarely ever referenced
Yeah, right.
after 4.
Yeah.
There's some Italian cult or something. I don't know. Yeah,
In Revelations.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't a bunch of plumbers and stuff. It wasn't like, but
Bunch of ship crew, like the captain.
no, they were like it was Latin, something the wolves or something.
Whatever. They're not
Ancient boss
zombies.
fights. Though. It had that thing with the easy boss fights that like the earlier games kind of had.
Hmm.
Some of the easier boss fights anyway. Um, but gaming related, sorta. Um, the Studio 38 loans, which, if those of you who are not familiar, Studio 38 was founded by former pitcher, Major League Baseball pitcher Kurt Schilling. They produced Kingdom of Amalur: Reckoning, which I've heard of. I haven't played. You said it was decent. It just
It's
didn't
very
sell very
good.
well.
Yeah, it's very good.
What would you most relate it to that you think most people might have played? Like a Dante's Inferno
Um,
kind of thing, or a Lost
no,
Odyssey?
no, it's like a, it's like Fable,
Hmm.
but it's like it's like a mash between like Morrowind and Fable. It's like a third
Okay.
person, free, open world RPG kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's different classes. You have a bunch of different weapons that you can choose from. You can do spells.
Hmm.
There's quests. I mean, it's like one of those like 60+ hour RPG, like Western RPGs, and the world is like gigantic. And I
Okay.
mean, the story and the lore is much to be desired, but like the
Hmm.
gameplay is genuinely fun. I mean, I remember just sitting down and playing it for hours, and
Got it.
it's an underrated gem, really.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it
Yeah.
just didn't sell, and
And now,
38 went under,
they did go
and
under. And
they didn't go under.
they are under now.
Oh, they're
They
under now,
start off.
yeah.
They're under. They may exist in name only, but they're in a lot of trouble because news reported recently that I guess the studio is based out of Rhode Island, and that's where they got part of the money to finance some of their projects for the studio anyway. And some of the money will now be paid by the taxpayers of Rhode Island, I believe, to the sum of $2.4 million.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
To put the 2.2, yeah, 38 is a bill that was due. Um,
Like last year, like shortly after the game came out, and they didn't even break even, I don't think.
yeah, they apparently they were given 75 million or something,
Hmm.
and yeah, the staff was laid off in May of 2012.
Yep, that was like 3 months after the game came out.
Yeah, they tried to consider just like writing it off and forgetting about it, but
Uh-huh.
now the SEC is involved in the deals of the loan, and
Oh
California is
man,
involved. So I would just hate to
God,
realize
that
part of
is
my taxes that I'm paying are going towards game
taxpayers
studio,
are
which
paying off.
$2.4 million. But my question is now. I guess it means more because it's the smallest state in the country. But how much is that
Mhm.
per person? Like if you did that to California,
Oh
you
yeah,
would even notice.
yeah, right. I mean, how many people live in Rhode Island? Probably not that much,
I
right?
don't know. And then you got to
It's
accumulate who pays taxes and who doesn't,
Yeah,
and then what
dude,
brackets.
that wow, Rhode Island. Yeah, that sucks. How
That's
many people
yeah.
live in? Yeah,
Well,
they're
Delaware
gonna be
was
playing like a whole lot of money then.
well, Delaware's like is nigh under a million. I think you're sitting at what,
900
800?
million. 900,000
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you said 900
900
million
million. I thought I said you're
in
sitting at like
Delaware.
8,000 something. Which
Yeah,
if you drive through that state that isn't a big city, you're like how? Because
yeah,
everyone's like 80 miles apart.
right.
But that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of
That's
money.
a lot.
I just looked up the population. It's just about a million. Just
Well,
about a
that's not
million
terrible.
people. That's not terrible. I'm
No.
surprised.
I mean,
Wow,
it's
a
not this.
million
I mean,
people live
it's
in
not
Rhode
like
Island.
the full amount.
Yeah, all right.
That's a good time, I guess.
Wow.
People need to be careful where they get this money from, and you got to be careful when going into the game industry because it can be volatile,
Yeah,
be very
I guess
volatile.
so. Yeah. I wonder, did 38 Studios develop anything else
I
other than
think they
that?
were in the process of developing something. I thought I had it up here, but
They had Kingdoms of Amalur, and then they had a project called Project Copernicus. It was supposed to be
Copernicus.
Copernicus. Okay, there we go.
There you go. I'm just guessing. I've heard
uh,
that name. I don't have it
yeah.
in front of me, but I'm guessing that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, it was supposed to be an MMO kind of thing. It looks kind of similar to Kingdoms of Amalur,
Hmm.
but they scrapped it very quickly, apparently, after, that whole ordeal. So yeah, that was their only game, and they borrowed money for it, and they fucked up.
Yeah, that's what happens. Oh, also, Neversoft. Speaking of companies, Neversoft
Merging with,
is merging with Infinity Ward in the
yeah,
to create the Call of Duty. I guess the new Call of Duty. I guess, or to further work on it because they've already got apparently at least a trailer, a working trailer up, and of course
hmm
they've got Spacey's dialogue already recorded.
right, yeah, I'm pretty sure they got most of the game finished, but
With that,
maybe it's for like another Call of Duty like series, like Ghosts or Black Ops or something. I don't know who developed who which Call of Duty did Neversoft help out
they
for?
haven't. That's the
Oh, they
thing.
haven't.
No,
Okay.
so this
Oh,
is
all
why
right.
they're being merged to feed the. I'd be curious because I think Jim Sterling goes up on Mondays, so I'd be curious to know his thoughts
Hmm.
on something like that. He definitely focuses on more of hard hitting stuff and not the light banter. So his could
Yeah.
definitely. I'll keep an eye out for that and maybe report on that or talk more about next week because that'll be interesting. Uh,
Yeah.
Other
Totally.
game developments, Mass Effect 3, I think they said is chugging right along apparently, or not Mass
Mass
Effect,
Effect.
whatever the new Mass Effect is going to be
Yeah, the next Mass Effect game,
is
which I think is a new trilogy. So.
yeah, the article I read was very short. It basically they can acknowledge it's being developed. It's playable for the most part.
Oh,
It's
nice.
playable in house, parts of it, but very, very, very little outside. Other than that,
Huh.
it's going along. Which
So it's like halfway, or
they didn't say. They just
oh, they
said
didn't say. It was they're just it's a
they're on
thing.
track. They're apparently on target to meet whatever goals they have set.
Oh, sweet.
Which, having played all three of them and liking two of them, hey, why not?
I I liked all of them, but the first two more so than the third one.
I think
First
that's
one
how a lot of
especially.
people feel.
Yeah, the third one was good, but there's some problems with it.
Yeah,
But yeah, the new Mass Effect. I'm excited for it.
yeah. Hey, bring it on.
Nobody has really heard anything about it, but
No,
I'm excited. So,
I am too. I hope we find a way to put Garrus back in the series.
yo,
Just
that'd
give
be
me
sick.
Garrus, I'll be fine. No,
Or like Garrett, or Garrus's like son or something, or
Garrus or
his
Thane.
ancestor. Oh, Thane was a badass.
Give me Garrus or Thane. So
Yeah,
call you
those
out
are those
and
are actually
Garrus.
I think those are my two favorite Mass Effect. Actually, Tali is another one that I really like, and Morden. They're all great.
More well, unfortunately, he's spoiler
Yeah,
alert
he's dead.
dead.
He's dead.
So
He's
he
dead.
did grow on me though. He
Yeah.
did grow on me. Tali didn't interest. I mean, I guess she was an interesting character, but she didn't endear herself to me.
Yeah, I just thought she was really interesting.
Did you have relations with her back on the Normandy? You did,
I
didn't
wanted to. I wanted to, but I had relations with, I think, Yara
I did too on accident. That was weird.
on accident.
Yeah, I
Oh
got into
yeah, and
a conversation with her and I tried to back out of it. Next thing you know, we're like making out there on the phone. I was like, that's not
you're
what I
like, ah,
wanted.
damn it.
But,
Well, at least you got the achievement or the trophy.
which is kind of sad that I got an achievement for that. But I
Yeah,
wanted to see what
but
happened. Like, I had relations with Ashley Williams the first time, so I'm just
uh-huh.
curious, like, if it picked up on the fact that you stayed faithful
Mhm.
to that. But even though I technically didn't, nothing happened. So
I wonder if you could remember Jack. Could you romance Jack?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you could
Uh,
romance Garrus if you felt like it.
I think you could actually.
I think Joker was the only person who was off the table.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
want to, and Edie, I don't want to know how that would work.
oh Edie, the
Yeah,
AI. Yeah, that wouldn't
AI, that would.
that couldn't fly. She wouldn't even like understand anything. Just like
Well, I suppose, yeah. They definitely. Oh, speaking of the characters in the game, they definitely made Ashley Williams a bit more. Yeah, like in the first game,
a more yeah.
she was like in the first game, she was like, oh, you're a chick in the military. By the third one, it was basically just like boobs.
Yeah, it was
Just
just
like
like
a hot chicken. That's all it was. Like it was fan service at that point.
it was just kind of thrown in there. Just wanted to please the fans, I
Nerds.
guess.
The nerd. It was fan service. It was really what it was. But
Mm.
that series, I did again spoiler. I did like the part where you had to go meet her in one of the observation platforms, and I couldn't find her,
Yeah,
and she was
yeah.
drunk on the floor. I'm like, no wonder I didn't find her. I was like, what?
Oh man, I forgot about that.
I'm like, I can't find her. And then like went back and forth, and I was like, where is she? I got the game fact where she is. Like the ship isn't that big.
Oh, you looked it up?
No,
Wow.
I didn't look it up. I didn't. I'm
Oh, you
like,
did.
I'm not gonna do this, am I? And then I walked over. I'm like, is that on? Who's on the floor? And then it was her, and I was just like, oh well, I graduated
Oh.
college. I know people who've been on the floor. I've seen this. It's nothing. Nothing
It
new.
should be a surprise.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Um,
So yeah, new Mass Effect. Moving right
good stuff. I'm
along.
trying to think of anything else headline wise that I saw. I don't think so. We can talk about kind of what we're playing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, because I was gonna go on a tangent, so maybe I'll go first. So
Oh, you go right ahead. You go right ahead.
I'll go first. For the 360 users or owners out there, Dust and Elysian Tale is free for these 2 weeks. Definitely check it out. It's pretty solid RPG. It's pretty simple.
Good game.
Basically, someone gave a lighter color palette and theme to like Metroid Castlevania. It's pretty solid. Voice acting is a little suspect, mostly because I think everyone like when you first get to this village, not really nothing spoiler. You get to a village. I think I spoke to like 5 or 6 people. Every single one of them had a different accent.
Oh
Like I
goodness.
spoke to one Australian.
So they were just like trying. They were just trying to like diversify.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but it's diversification that doesn't make any sense because
yeah,
they kind
exactly.
of established these people have been living here for a while. But then why is one of them Australian? One of them is like, like Fernando's New Beginnings, And
Fernando's no beginning.
it was just, yeah, interesting. But no, it's a solid game. It's free. Definitely check that out. Another game that was free, I downloaded Sleeping Dogs,
Hell yeah.
which is pretty good. I like that so far. I didn't know it actually took place in China, so it's definitely it's definitely a nice break from like New York City, L.A. and
Yeah, the American cities. Yeah.
I like it. It's good. And I used I think I was reading Emma Stone is in this apparently.
Is she really? I didn't know
Yeah, I
that.
was reading. I was really curious. I thought the voice of the main character was I want to say Cal Penn.
No
Yes,
idea.
who was Harold and Kumar.
Oh, really?
I
Wow.
thought it was. It's not him,
Oh, it's not.
but
Okay.
it sounded like him. So I was a little excited because I do like his work.
hmm
But he's also Korean, so that would have been a little strange.
He is. Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if people would have known the difference, but
I don't know.
um,
I can know the difference between Koreans and Chinese very easily.
well, I
It's
guess
like,
if I heard them speak,
oh yeah, I
but I mean, if
wouldn't
you
be
just
able
read the
to tell.
lines, would people
Yeah.
really know?
I don't
You know what I mean? Anyway,
know.
so that's pretty good. And then I was playing Fallout New Vegas, which is solid. I'll
Good
sing
game.
praises for Fallout 3, even though it's got its flaws. I'll sing my praises for Fallout New Vegas, even though it has more flaws.
More flaws.
More flaws. But
Much more flaws.
I'm still looking forward to the fourth one.
hmm
And I had the Game of the Year edition, and I played two of the DLCs. I played Lonesome Road, and I played Old World Blues. Is it Lonesome Road? No, I played Honest Hearts, and then Old
Honest
World
Hearts.
Blues. Lonesome Road is the last one.
Mm.
I'm playing Dead Money, and this is going to be spoilery. So if you haven't played it, you want to play it, you're thinking about it, you can turn it off. You can listen to this because it's going to be spoilery, and I'm going to go off because yeah. So Okay, they can turn off they want. Okay, so spoiler alert. Right, so what
Give
happens?
him some time. Give him 5 seconds to
Yeah,
skip.
basically, you hear this radio broadcast in this abandoned Brotherhood of Steel bunker, and you're like, oh, there's a radio, and you get gassed.
Hmm.
You wake up in on what looks like Mars or something. Like if like El Paso were suddenly on Mars and like everything's all red and stucco buildings, and you wake up and you've got a bomb collar on your neck. So all of a sudden this is battle royale.
Oh shit.
And someone called Father Elijah is explaining he needs to break into the Sierra Madre Casino, which was going to be like the biggest thing out west in terms of like a resort and casino, but it never opened because, of course, the bombs dropped. He needs something in there for whatever.
Huh.
He's pretty much a giant asshole, though, because you got your bomb collar around your neck, and he can blow it up. Don't try to leave. He'll kill you, whatever. So you got to find these three people who are all insane in their own right, but it's very Fallout-y. Not a problem with that. Then you have to go into the casino and do stuff, and then it goes from there.
Hmm.
This is where the problems kick in, because you have this bomb collar around your neck, which can be set off by these radios and sensors and things like that. That is very arbitrary how they seemingly have that set up, because it seems like it's done to kind of restrict where you can go, but it just doesn't seem to make any sense. Like, in some cases, there could be a room full of like stuff and equipment that would help you with your quest, but you think you'd have to find a thing to shoot or deactivate or whatever, and you can just walk into it. And there's other cases where it's just like an empty bookcase, and if you run through the room too long, you're gonna blow up. So it just kind of really seems arbitrary, and it seems like there's not really any rhyme or reason to it. It's not like, oh, hey, don't go into the police station because I know there's armor in there, and I'll blow you up if you try to like do anything. Like, that doesn't happen.
Wow.
So it's really kind of arbitrary. Then there's before you even get to the casino, when you're doing like the first part of the DLC, like the Disney, like Disney's the wrong word because like there's attractions, but like this like mini town kind of setup, and it's a maze, which okay is fine if like he was some sick fuck who was like, okay, well now you have to escape, and if you escape you live or whatever, but like they're establishing this even in the description of that this was like this paradise that was supposed to exist that never happened. Why is this such a disaster to navigate?
Wow.
You know what I mean? It wasn't that way. Why is it such a mess? And then
yeah.
I'm experiencing the other half of this now, which is if you do not have any kind of melee or sneak skills, you are fucked. Like, you are fucked. You cannot do this.
Damn.
God, you save before you do this, because otherwise you are fucked.
Fucked.
Because
wow.
there's these, like, ghost creatures which have very low perception. So if you could sneak up on them, you can get a jump on them. I don't have very high sneak. I do have very high melee. So
right, yeah.
Also, when he gasses you, he takes everything.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Everything, including caps. Caps, you can't use caps here. There's vending machines, which you have to use to get Sierra Madre chips, or Cassie just messaged me. She said, "Is James' webcam on? I hope yours is on."
Yeah, it is. It is on.
Okay. I don't know. Hopefully you can see you. Hopefully they just do a thing where they're only seeing me and not you.
Should I turn it off and turn it back on?
Let's see if it's working now.
My
This
camera.
is what happens when I just do it. I might have fixed it now.
Shit's fucked up.
Exactly the same thing, which is this is a fly-by-night operation here.
Whatever.
I'll leave it on you the rest of the time. Hopefully that works. Because I didn't know it was a thing, so.
Should I try turning my camera off and turning it on?
No, I think it was me.
Or, okay.
I clicked on my photo or something, which you aren't supposed to do.
Damn it, Sean!
I didn't do it on purpose.
Gotta be a better podcast.
There you are. See, James, you get to be the rest of the podcast.
Man of the hour. Okay, so I'm.
So
okay, awesome.
We're good now.
Cool.
I had it clicked on me.
Gotcha. That's whatever. Why can't it switch back and forth like it usually?
I don't know how it does that.
I mean, on my screen, it's switching back and forth, like, fine, but like I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, New Vegas.
Now it's only on you, but I was gonna give you the rest of the showtime.
Man. Oh, are you done talking about New Vegas?
I didn't even get started.
Oh, you did? Oh, go. Oh, keep going. I'm intrigued.
I think there we go. I think that's what
Oh,
we want. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Awesome.
okay. Awesome.
Boom.
Great. Great.
But I think it only goes to Ever's talking, so it's gonna get really like it's gonna go back and forth and give people like a seizure.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't really mind it.
She's like yelling at me through the chat. I don't understand what's going on. Is it? Don't. I didn't click on anything.
I mean, at least it's like still
It's
live.
slipping between you and me, from what I see.
Yeah, from what I see, it's fine.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, maybe I could open up the video. This is gonna be really trippy. I'm opening up
You're
the.
gonna like see yourself inside yourself.
Oh, really? See, I'm viewing it on YouTube right now, and it's going back and forth between us.
We're good.
Yeah, so we're good.
I
So
want to make sure we're okay now.
we're okay.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Anyway, rage quitting
Anyway.
Fallout. So there's that problem. So
Mhm.
okay. So if you don't have good mate, and he takes all your stuff, so you have like no armor, you got to find all this crap.
Mhm.
She's yelling at you through my Facebook chat now.
What?
She
What
said,
am I
James,
doing?
she's like, James, shut up, it's fine. I'm like, I'm not James.
It's fine. I don't care.
Anyway, um, train of thought. So yeah, he takes all your stuff. So you have to find it, and
Mhm.
it gives you like this hollow rifle, which you can use to disable some of the traps and things. So it doesn't always randomly blow you up, which that doesn't really add that much. You have to find this shit to start with.
Damn.
But then you have to like melee these ghost hunters because they don't stay dead if you just shoot them with this thing.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have to have those two skills mapped out, and it doesn't give you
Wow.
any indication you're supposed to do that whatsoever. It's not
That
like,
sucks.
like if you're coming to Sierra Madre, make sure you're proficient with knives or something.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't give you any indication whatsoever.
Wow.
Um,
And then like leveling up those skills. I mean, it takes a while.
it does take a
I
while.
mean,
Like, I'm level.
Especially late game.
Also, like especially the main game, you don't have to put anything in the sneak because it's very rarely you ever have to do it. And more often,
Yeah.
than not, if you just save up a bunch of Pip Boys, for the rare occasion that I felt I had to, I just threw on a Stealth Boy. I'm sorry, I didn't say it was Stealth Boy, and I was fine.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like the levels are confusing. You get the little shit will kill you. The enemies are dumb. I'm at the end now where like I'm at this part where I think I'm boxed in because you need to have stealth. My stealth is like an 18.
Mm-hmm. Which is not high.
Which is not high at all because it's out of
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it sucks so bad. It's just like so
Wow.
poorly written because I'm figuring this shit out and there's no rhyme or reason to any of a lot of it. It's just lazily written. They try to cram a lot of shit in. It's just.
Wow. And that wasn't even the last one.
No, well, I started playing a bit of Lonesome Road, which is the last one, which actually
Okay.
is related to the plot because the other three I think aren't.
Okay, gotcha.
That one was pretty okay from what I played.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So which one is the one that? Which is the one that is like all shitty, like you were just talking about?
Dead Money.
Dead Money. Okay. That's
So
what I thought.
yeah, I would wait till you have good melee and good sneak
Good melee, good sneak.
before you try to take that on, and just make sure
Wow.
you have a lot of patience and a lot of fucking saves.
Eh.
'Cause it's navigating that. Oh, also, there's a toxic cloud you have to learn to navigate. So
A
not only
toxic
will
cloud?
your head blow up, you have to
me?
worry about the toxic cloud also, and then navigating this giant maze.
Excuse me.
It's good ideas, failed execution.
Wow. Did you beat it? Like, is it rewarding at least? Like
No,
all
I
the
think
troubles that you go through? Like, you haven't beaten it?
Not really.
Oh.
No,
Wow.
not really.
Not really. Not
I completed Old World Blues and Honest Hearts, and you get a lot of good weapons, and you get a lot of like. I know at the end of Honest Hearts, like any bonus items, like special weapons and stuff you didn't pick up. Like it concludes, and then there's just a box of like the stuff that you may not have gotten, but you can pick it up and take it with you.
Hmm.
That was pretty cool because
Wow.
you get a pistol, you get a 45 pistol that I've been getting a lot of use out of and stuff. And anything you don't really
Nice.
want, you can just sell for high value, and you can go back to these places. Like
Uh-huh.
you can
Okay.
go back to that, and you can use some transwarpy gun thing and go back
Hmm.
to Old World Blues. So I've been playing that. I've
Nice.
had enough of Diatribe. But what are you playing?
I've been playing a couple things. I picked up Child of Light last week. It just came out. It's by Ubisoft Montreal, I think, by a sub studio or whatever called Ubi Art. I think it's their first game, but it's fantastic.
Is it
Uh,
really? Tell me about it.
it's awesome. It's an RPG, a turn-based RPG, and you
Hmm.
play as this girl who basically goes into like a sleep-induced coma. I don't know if she dies. Like she goes to sleep and she never wakes up.
Hmm.
But like this dream that you like wake up in this like dream world, and you just like try to like wake up and like find your father or whatever, and you
Okay.
meet all these like characters like that you can recruit party members you meet along the way, and it's just like it's side scrolling, and you just go to like different areas in this dream world and just like help people like do like quests and like help out people and fight monsters and whatnot. I'm only like about 3 hours in right now, so I don't know a whole heck of a lot about the story yet, but it's really awesome. The battle system is especially really impressive. It's because it's like this active time bar. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like
I think I can picture it because you have to make your moves a certain amount of time, kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Eternal Sonata had something similar, so I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I never played Eternal Sonata, but actually, I played the demo of that like a while ago, and I don't know how that.
It's I have it. I put a little time into it, and then it got just I don't know stuff started piling up that I could get to quicker.
Okay,
So I have to go
yeah,
back to it at some point.
nice, huh? But yeah, it's really interesting because like oh yeah, and then there's like this fairy that follows you around. Oh, it's not a fairy, it's like a firefly, like glowing. Um,
It's a fairy.
it's a fairy. I mean, even in the game, he's like, I'm not a fairy, I'm a fire or whatever. He's a fucking fairy.
It's a
So like,
female. It's a female fairy.
I don't know if it's female. I'm not sure.
The voice you did was definitely like a dude, so I'm like, is it like Bug's
Okay.
Life, where it's a male ladybug named Francis?
No, it's just a blue ball with a face. So it's unisex
It's
as far as
annoying
I'm
orange.
concerned.
It's
um,
annoying orange. Or
no, oh
very,
god, if it
hey,
was the annoying orange, I would not. I would just put that. I would just put my
hey,
controller
bad
down,
guy. Hey, bad
get
guy.
my
Hey,
refund.
bad guy.
Hey bad guy. Hey bad guy, dude. You would destroy that game. Oh my god.
Uh, well, we'll kill a little more time because I felt bad that you were not visible on screen. That makes me feel bad. So,
Oh, it's whatever.
did you play A Wolf Among Us? Have you played that?
I've played the first two episodes. I haven't played the third one yet.
Okay, so we can't talk about that then because I've played all three and I want
Nah.
to discuss that.
I
But,
still I still have to play the third one. Cassie and Jimmy have done it, but I haven't touched it yet.
yeah,
So
I jumped on that bandwagon late with Cassie's recommendation, but I'm glad I did get on that.
yeah, well, me too, because like I saw Cassie and Jimmy play, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. So I picked it right up, and I was like, this is awesome. So
Because I remember hearing people talk about it, and I'm like, I don't think this is. And I got it, and I'm like, give me more. Well, we can kill some time with that topic. What is um, a game? What's something you want more of? Like also, like that, for example. Like I like to have maybe like longer episodes of that or something. And
yeah.
like well,
Yeah, length is kind of it like the episodes are like really like you can sit down and
hour.
yeah, an hour maybe like an hour and a half. But
Um,
I mean, it's good. I mean, it delivers. It's a really fun experience, and it's kind of worth. I'd say it's
I
worth
think it's
it.
worth it. Definitely,
Yeah.
I do.
Hmm.
Because I'm sitting
But
here
yeah.
like I want to know what's next. Like I want to know. Like
Right.
I luckily was able to play all three right in a row. I didn't have to wait more than like go to bed, wake up, start the next one. So I didn't have to wait more than a couple hours. So I
Right.
lucked out. But now that I'm done the third one, I'm sitting here like, come on, when is it coming? I want to know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's kind of shitty because they don't even like announce it when it's coming out until like not even a week before it comes out. So
Well,
it's like, oh yeah, fourth episode comes out now.
I guess it's just you're not sweating it. You know what I mean? You're not sitting here like, oh, when is it? When is it? When it's like, no, it's here. Just play it.
Yeah.
I want to see more. Did you play Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon?
No, I didn't.
All right, we're ending this early. You're going to go to your console of choice, Xbox 360 or PS3, and buy that game and play it, and then come back here. I'll be waiting. It's fucking amazing. I urge.
I've heard nothing but great things about it. I haven't played it.
I absolutely urge everyone who has not played that to go and play that game. It's like I think
Yeah.
like $15 or something, worth
hmm
every single penny. It is
Wow.
absolutely hilarious. Is a good shooter. Story is ludicrously funny.
It's weird. It's like why
I
it's
want more of
like
that though. I want more of that game.
yeah, right,
It
yeah.
was like 4, 5, 6 hours. Not enough. Give me. I want more of it.
Not enough. Yeah.
Not at all. Not remotely
Yeah.
enough at all.
Those small games that like even Child of Light, like I hear that's only like a 10-hour game, and that's actually very short for an RPG.
It is.
And
Yes.
I mean it's $15 right from the start, so I really think it's worth it, but still like I need more.
Pokemon's an RPG. You might.
Yeah, Pokemon is an RPG.
15. I mean, at our age, 15 is probably doable if you really know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
that's probably like the rare example. I know. God, I'm trying to think. Like Mass Effect, for example. It's a
Yeah.
30-hour adventure plus,
Oh yeah.
depending
Plus.
upon.
Yeah, totally. Like big RPGs like that. That's much. Yeah. That's yeah.
I've heard amazing things about Lost Odyssey, but
It's
I
good.
look at the 4 discs for it, and I'm like,
it's a four. It is a 4 disc game. Yeah.
I'm like,
It is. There's a lot of cutscenes. There's a lot of cutscenes.
is it like Metal Gear kind of cutscenes where it's like
No, it's not. It's not that bad. It's not. I mean, it's still like there's like 20-minute cutscenes, but that's like nothing near Metal Gear. I think Metal Gear is like an hour cutscene or something like that.
Does it really? I think wasn't that was that rumored to? That was a rumor. Did that actually turn out to be true? Because I did not play that all the way through.
What? What
That there
rumor?
was an hour and a half cutscene in 4.
In 4, I think there was. I think I remember watching Jimmy play it, and I remember him having his like controller down, like watching like a cutscene, and I forget how long it was, but it just kept going and going and going and going and going. I was like, damn, like I think Ground Zeroes. I think they said like they're gonna have less and less kind of like they want more interactivity in like the
In 5?
narrative. Yeah,
Did you
in
play
5. Yeah.
Ground Zero?
Well, not Ground Zeroes. I'm thinking of Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Phantom Pain they kind of want to have a more interactive narrative than just like play for a little bit, watch a hour-long cutscene, play for an hour, watch an hour. Well, I don't know if it's like that, but like
Did you
yeah,
play Ground Zeroes?
I didn't. I saw Jimmy play it and I kind of got the gist of it. So
I played it. I traded it in, and people were gonna go, "Why'd you buy it?" I was like, "Well, because I could trade it in." And,
dude, you can
$10.
just you can beat that and just like get your money back for it. Basically, I mean.
Yeah. I'm excited for the new one. I mean, it was pretty solid. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
it's pretty solid. Ha.
See what I did there? No, I did. I didn't even think about that when I said it. I, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, but you were talking about Lost Odyssey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I guess it's kind of got a cult following, kind
I feel
of.
like that's a lot of RPGs though. I feel like Pokemon is like the only kind of RPG,
Yeah.
and I would have said Final Fantasy, but not so much
Mhm.
nowadays, which has just got like the love
Oh
for it.
yeah, totally.
Love for it.
hmm
Um, anything else you wanted to discuss tonight? I think we kind of covered a lot of it,
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
it.
Child of Light and anything else I've been
That's it.
playing? Oh yeah, well, Fire Emblem Awakening I just picked up.
Oh yeah, yes. Let's talk about that. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Go.
I mean, I haven't. I literally like before this podcast, just started playing. Like I'm just
Okay.
like 30 minutes in, but it's pretty awesome. It's my first Fire Emblem experience,
Hmm.
so it's. I mean, the only other game that I've played that's kind of similar to it is Advance Wars, where
Yes.
you can just like
Hmm.
move your units everywhere. I mean, I've played like Final Fantasy Tactics, but that's a little different.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I
And
will. I'll say it's the best one of those that I've played.
hmm
I really did like it. I would say it's a little slow to get going though.
yeah, it's a
Um,
little slow paced. Yeah, I think.
Not boring, just slow.
Uh-huh.
It takes its time, but
Right.
once it goes, it goes.
Okay. Nice.
Definitely goes. Um, what other advice? Oh, have your teammates talk to each other. That's beneficial. Like you can
How
have
do
like
you do that?
I think it's under. There's an option for like they can have like they can converse with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you basically just watch like a mini cutscene of them discussing tactics and stuff. I did it. I fought a couple battles and then had them do it, and they kind of had a repertoire.
Hmm.
And you can even get certain units to romance each other. I didn't get that far.
Oh wow. Nice.
Um, but the more they talk outside of battle and the more they discuss, if they're working together in tandem, they can.
They can fuck shit up.
Yeah, like they can have boosts in attack and defense and
Okay.
health, and that's the very vague of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is very beneficial.
Nice.
Also, do the side quests. That's another thing. Those
Oh
actually
yeah, I will
there's
totally. I'm a side quest fiend.
oh
I
you will like it.
usually in like games like that, whenever there's side quests, I do those are like my first priority before I do anything of like the main
Yeah,
quest or whatever.
you'll run into some of those, which are definitely worth it.
Mm,
I'm sorry, I'm a little tired.
it's whatever. But
American.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to keep playing that and see how it goes.
Enjoy that. Let's talk about
Hmm
DS for a minute. I have mine. I played that. All I have for now is Pokemon Y, which I've beaten. I haven't gone back to it.
Okay. Well, how is that? Like, I'm kind of curious
Have you
to
not played
try
it?
it. I haven't played it. Nope.
Hmm. I liked it. What is it? Actually, I had X. I played it and I reviewed it. Um,
hmm
and I had not played the series in quite a while.
hmm
The last one I had played, putting any kind of serious time into, was probably Gold, and that's quite a
Yeah.
ways back now.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
I messed around with Ruby a bit, and then it was kind of just I just stopped doing it because I was in high
Yeah.
school
I was
and
the exact same. I played Sapphire for a little bit, and I just
it
kind
fell by the
of
wayside.
stopped.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Diamond, Pearl, Black and White, I never touched. So.
Me either. So I'm going into this, and I'm like, I know nothing. Like I don't know like, what is what
What
started,
is
what is
what
it.
what is this thing in front of me? This is a chandelier. This is not even like an animal. Like
Yeah, what is this? What is this garbage Pokemon? Like what? What? Okay. So again, it's good. They made a lot of good improvement. It was I had to say this is one of the series. Again, it's Nintendo.
yeah.
Um, it's one of the series that makes improvements
hmm
without messing up what worked before. It's weird. They keep adding to it, but they don't really take any of the good stuff away.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I guess well, you don't have that silly link cable. That helps. You can just get right over what no one had that fucking wire.
No
You know
one.
what I mean?
No.
Like the
Nobody.
one
Yeah.
kid in the development
And yeah.
every summer
And
he
and once you found that kid who had that wire, it was like a euphoric sensation. It was just
basically
like,
yeah.
oh my god, I can I can trade Pokemon.
He was like the coolest kid for the weekend or the summer or
Oh
whatever it was.
man.
I
And
tried to
then
get
after
him
that,
there to get the link cable for summer, so kids would just want to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I don't even me off. I want to go back to school with all these friends. It never works that way.
never.
No, but it's good. It looks good. Like I said, plays well. Awesome music, which is a weird thing to say, but
Oh man, Pokemon. All the Pokemon games have incredible
when you
music.
get to the Elite Four, there's some badass music there.
Oh really?
Like so
Nice.
badass. I tried to find that on iTunes because it was like a
Oh
real.
nice.
It was some badass battle music.
Nice.
I guess my only downfall is it's too easy if you have any kind of like if you're not 7, 8, 10 years old, a lot of this stuff
Yeah.
is really
Kind
simple
of
to
easy.
figure out.
Yeah. Wow.
Um,
Interesting.
I guess my only kind of big complaint was when I pre-ordered it. So I got Fennekin. Was it Fennekin? Yeah, I think it was Fennekin. It was like a pre-order bonus, and
Mm.
he was super powerful and leveled up super quick. He broke the game. Like it
You
was,
broke the.
it was
It was just like you zoomed through it.
I
Wow.
did. And then when I
Damn.
got the Pokemon Y, I didn't have wasn't pre-ordered, so I didn't have the code for it. So I had to start out with just my starter, and then I signed up for Pokebank. So I got Celebi, who wasn't very useful in combat. She had
Okay.
okay. I feel weird because Celebi is genderless, so I say it, but it definitely looks like a
Mhm.
she. So I'll just refer to it as she because I have a very difficult time referring something to a living thing
It.
as a
Yeah.
it. It's
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
so we'll call her she.
Hmm.
So she's not very useful in combat, but I definitely struggled a lot more. I only lost one fight the whole game, which
Damn.
was to you meet a woman who I'm trying to think of not spoiling any of this for you. You have a battle with someone that I think was one of the only ones in the game where if you lose, there's not really a negative consequence to it. That was the only, and you'll know it when you get there because you battle
Nice.
with the same Pokemon. Um,
Okay.
I lost to her, and there's no negative recourse for that. And then outside that, I just was fine. So
Nice.
even the Elite Four,
Even the
I think
Elite
I just
Four.
yes, because they tell you what the types are beforehand, so you kind of
Okay.
just
Really?
you can take them on in any order.
Wow.
So yeah, like if you have
So you just go in like prepared and just go balls to the wall and just.
basically,
Wow.
I think one of them is Dragon type, which that's gotten a lot tougher. Like that's a tough one to
Oh
play
really?
against.
Hmm.
Yes, and then the
They really don't have any weaknesses, do they?
Fairy type.
Oh.
Fairy's the
Okay.
newest type I think since Gold and Silver actually, since they added
Yeah,
Steel,
I
they
think
haven't
so.
added many types. Fairy is a new type.
Hmm.
Um, Final boss was not kind of anticlimactic,
Yeah.
I'll say, because they don't really lead up to who the Elite Four champion is, because
Okay.
it's not, you don't have a rival in this one. You hang out with a
Oh
bunch of
really?
kids from
Okay.
you hang out with a bunch of kids that where you're from that kind of go along with you and help you
Okay.
out with stuff.
That's
But
cool.
you don't really have like some guy who barges in and is like, I'm taking this one, fucker, and then it's
Yeah,
like we're
that's
rivals now.
actually that's actually kind of that's a relief because that was kind of stupid. Like just walking around, then you just hear his music and he's just like marching in, just like, "Hey, Pipsqueak, you want to battle?" Like,
Yeah, what's up, fart duster?
yeah,
Like
what's
giving you like noogies and shit, like yeah, 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 yeah. And you're like, what is going on?
I know you're gonna beat me, but I'm just gonna go for it anyway, you fucking
Well,
dweeb.
the only one that I remember that was really like a bad guy was Gold and Silver because he steals
Oh
the
yeah,
Pokemon from Professor Elm. Remember that? Like
I do. Yeah,
he's like looking out the window and you walk out, he's like, get out of here, and he like kicks you. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm just gonna like not say anything to anybody at all.
yeah. That was harsh. I mean, Gary in the first one was kind of a dick, but he didn't steal.
Well,
Like,
no, have you heard the theory on Red and Blue
no.
that
What theory?
you're the protagonist, not him?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, they lay it out as you're kind of the dickhead because you march in there, you earn your grandfather's favor,
Uh huh.
you you earn your grandfather's favor, you defeat him as champion of Elite Four, where his grandfather then scolds him and adores you, and his parents are dead. So
Oh
like basically
shit.
like you are the piece of shit in that
Oh
game.
man. So you're wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, there's some great ones out there that don't take. There's some great theories
Because
out there.
they don't ever like mention Gary's like parents or anything like that. So
I don't think
he's
they
like
did in the show either.
I don't know. I can't remember, but wow.
There was another one I saw recently that was why he's always a little kid, why Ash is always 10 years old, because in the very first.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen this one?
I
Have you heard
I
this
mean I
theory?
haven't I've heard of it. Yeah, he's always 10 like
Yeah, but
even yeah.
Do you know someone gave their best guesses at a theory as to
Mm-mm.
why?
No.
At the end of the very first episode in the first, I guess, anime,
Mm.
um, have you seen the show at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so like he and Pikachu have their very rough first episode, and they kind of survive
Yeah.
all of it. And then
Hmm.
there's the Rainbow, and then there's Oho, which is one
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
legendary birds, but he doesn't come until way fucking later.
Way later.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Right.
know someone made that connection, but
Hmm.
apparently its Pokedex entry is that it grants it's whoever manages to see it, its wish, whatever it wants, which is he wants to have the innocence of a child and be a Pokemon trainer forever.
Wow.
That's why he
So
never
like once he sees it in that first episode, he's
yeah,
forever
that's
10
it.
years old.
He basically is fuck the whole. Which that's a lot of other questions, but that's a pretty interesting theory. I mean,
Wow.
that's
That's interesting.
pretty solid, yeah. So, um, also there's some really good creepy pasta out there in terms
Oh
of
yeah, the whole Lavender Town thing.
that's weird, yeah. That's
Yeah.
there's a great one with the unknowns as well.
Mm.
If you haven't read that one,
Not really,
I
no.
wouldn't recommend watching these because it will creep the shit out of you, even though it's a thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
read them.
Mm.
It's pretty freaky. Oh, the other theory that one of Gary's Pokemon like dies, like dead,
Oh
like
shit.
drops dead. Because apparently you run into him in Lavender Town, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just visiting a friend," and when you fight him, his Rattata is not there,
Oh shit.
and it's just not Rattata or Eradicate, one of them, and it's just dead because it doesn't come back. It's there, then it's not.
Wow.
If you read into these fan theories and stuff like on Pokemon, you start peeling back the layers. It's really not that
Dude,
lighthearted, or it gives a
people
not
are
vibe from it.
people are weird. People are crazy. They just like make up this shit, and it's like it's kind of valid, and it's just kind
I
of
like
creepy.
the TV show ones. Did you read the one about Angelica from Rugrats?
Oh yeah, yeah. The Rugrats one. I've read the Hey Arnold one, which is really bad.
I don't think I've read the Hey Arnold one. What's that one?
Yeah, I. It's like, oh man, I'm trying to remember. It's like, wow, yeah, I've completely drawn a blank. But like,
Okay, I know
yeah, it's pretty bad.
The Rugrats one is that it's
I
all
do remember the Rugrats one. It's like
it's all
Angelica,
thinking of her
like it's the
imagination.
only one that's alive, and like everybody else is like a vision or something like that. Like a
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
yeah, yeah. Chucky is actually they're all actually dead, and that's why
Yeah, and like Angelica's like a drug addict or something like
her
that.
mother is like really I think her mother's abusive, and that's why
Uh
she
huh.
has like these escapes, like these flashbacks and stuff. That's a good one. Oh, Fresh Prince. He actually died.
Oh shit.
They say he died on that basketball court, and
Basketball court?
remember the show? Remember
I've seen the show. I don't know what episode that is though.
no, the beginning of the show. He's like he's there playing
Oh.
basketball, and they come mess him up.
Oh,
The
okay, I
theory is
got you,
that he
got you.
gets killed, and L.A. is like kind of like a purgatory. Like he goes to like resolve his issues with his family,
Wow.
and yeah, so he dies, and that's where he goes to L.A. Bel Air is where
Is
he deals with his issues and sees Uncle Phil and all that stuff, and that's
wow.
like a sort of heaven. That's one of the ones I remember. I think someone had one for Full House, but I can't remember either. You know, there's a Full House like Mortal Kombat game,
Is there
like Street Fighter Mortal. Yeah, I have to
Oh
track
man.
this down, but someone took like a Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter game, and if anyone sees this and knows what I'm talking about, you can link it. I think it's like a Flash game, but yeah, it's like the
Wow.
Mortal Kombat.
Do they take actual
I
like
think so.
photographic like sprites from the show?
I would
Oh,
love
that's
that. That would be
awesome.
great.
Oh, that's awesome. I want to play
Oh,
that right now.
that would be. I'd play that.
Dude, I would play that in a heartbeat.
But we rambled for quite a while now that
We did.
we solved our technical issues.
We
So
did.
I'm going to sign off because I am getting tired, and I'm sure my girlfriend's probably tired of hearing my voice.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
thank you all for listening, watching us ramble, whether we're on in the background or you just kind of sit here intently. I don't know why you would do that. I don't watch anything and sit there intently. We appreciate that. We appreciate you guys checking out the website. Again, it's poppycockreviews.com. Check us out for reviews, news, all kinds of stuff. streams. I know Esteban's trying to do a lot of stuff. I know Jimmy, Cassie do it. I don't know. Do you stream anything, James? Or do
I
LP anything?
haven't, but I thought about streaming Child of Light a couple days ago, and I might do that either tonight or soon. So yeah, I do stream.
Awesome. Check out our Twitch channel. I'm sure it's Poppycock Reviews. Hopefully, I played Ride to Hell Retribution. I played.
Oh yeah.
Cassie sat in with me on that one. James
Oh
was there
yeah.
after that. But
Yeah.
hopefully have that up soon. James, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Not really. Just thanks for watching, and we update the site all the time, and be sure to stay tuned for the next podcast next week. Hopefully, we'll have everybody here again.
Hopefully, yeah.
Or we can.
Everybody's dealing with finals or under the weather and
Oh
all.
yeah, sickness, finals, weddings.
Lions and tigers and bears. Yeah. So we appreciate you sticking with us through the technical issues, but I've got to figure it out now. So should I have to do this again, we won't have the same problems.
Of course.
Thank you for watching. Hope you guys had a good time. Take care. Bye bye.
Peace, y'all.